Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Comic and Movie Show.
And today we will be quickly spoiling, or this might be quick, but it might take a little bit longer because we like talking about it. We're going to spoil the shit out of The Martian because we're allowed to do that because this is our spoilers discussion. But in the previous review, we did spoil a couple things, but they really weren't like big things. I mean, they tied into the movie, but like the one thing we were going to spoil is that
he lives.
He lives. That's it. Video over.
Let's get that out of the way. He survived.
He survived by poking a hole in his spacesuit and
flying like Iron Man.
Flying like Iron Man. As he
He's
said.
like, I can be Iron Man.
Yeah. So anyway, the end is basically him teaching new astronauts, and all
how
that
to survive,
and all that other stuff, and so. It was really bittersweet because, no, it actually wasn't bittersweet. It was just a sweet ending.
Yeah, sweet moment.
Sweet
and it
moment.
ended on the sweetest song, I Will Survive.
I Will Survive. Perfect song. So
I was just like, wow.
Yeah, so anyway, we did spoil a few things, but we will spoil a couple other things. It was like, so anyway, the one way that he got in contact with Earth, he found a probe from the 1990s that allowed him, at first, they took pictures. And then they were able to use the satellites and then type chat and all that other stuff or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, like he figured it out somehow. It was
and now they were able to type to each other.
He came up with some new way to communicate with I don't know what kind of language.
Yeah, no, it's like some weird astro sign or something like that. It was like it's like they had to dust off the book on that language.
Yeah.
It was crazy how they did it. It was like basically the probe that he found was basically just a still camera just to take pictures. That's basically what the probe was.
I mean, it was made a long time ago.
Yeah, it was made in the 90s. And they used the 90s computer to run it because you can't really use a digital computer with something like that. But anyway, he finds the probe, and that's how they originally found that he was alive. But the first instance they
found those pictures of it, that things moved.
Well, that's the thing. They found the picture of the moon. That was the first instance that he might be alive to NASA. But they didn't really say that he was alive until they got in contact. Somehow by him finding the probe. Once he found the probe, they knew he was alive.
And then he hacked into something, so then he could just type it.
Yeah.
And they didn't need that anymore.
Yeah.
So once he started saying some very
he was pretty pissed at NASA for doing something.
Yeah, because he asked NASA, did you tell my friends that I'm alive?
No, we didn't.
He was like, what the
son of a bitch?
What the fuck is wrong? He's like, dude, the world is seeing this. They did not show you what he said. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the director of NASA's like, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Yeah, he's under a lot of stress right now. I laughed at that part because I was like, man, I'd curse you.
He was like, hey, Mr. President, are you on the goddamn Mars?
Are you on Mars by yourself?
See, that's why I say he handled it so much better than I would have, because I think I'd have been angry.
Yeah, I know.
I'd have been angry.
He was on Mars where nothing is given life, and he made
life.
He made life on Mars, and he colonized Mars.
And then it was taken away.
And then it was taken away from him because of one stupid hole.
But it makes sense. It makes sense a little bit because the whole planet atmosphere is kind of like that.
A vacuum.
It makes sense why would.
Yeah, there is very little oxygen on Mars. There is oxygen on Mars, but it's very, very tiny. There was a hole in an airlock. There's a tiny hole, and as soon as when you decompressed it to stabilize the pressure, basically exploded.
I do wonder, could you do something like that, like he did? Could you make life on Mars?
I don't know.
Mars, if you kept it in something like that, if you kept it in contained area.
I don't know. They found running water on Mars, so
if you kept it in a contained area, you couldn't make life on Mars.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
But here's the thing, though. Mars is the reason why, most people believe why it's a red rust-looking look, because there's a lot of iron in the soil. So it's like, you really can't plant things in something with a lot of minerals in the soil. But he did. He used his own shit and potatoes in order to grow them, and he used water. So I guess maybe you could, but that's the one thing I like about this movie. It used real-world science in order for him to survive. He used everything at his disposal to survive. He used solar panels.
He seemed like such a cool teacher. He seemed like he'd be such a cool science teacher. Like he'd just be.
Yeah, he makes jokes and even when he was teaching that class astronauts, he was so light about it. He was like, yes, I grew potatoes with my own shit. I know. I survived on Mars for a year.
I ate shit potatoes. Yes, I did.
I ate shit potatoes. Yes, I did. But the one thing though that I really loved, the one scene that really made me feel good was when he finally got caught and in the little retractor thing with the pod, and he was reunited with his crew, and he got home safely. And everyone got home safely. The one thing that shocked him, it was really funny. He leaned over to me, and there's this one chick and this one dude. They had a relationship while they were with the same crew, I guess, because you don't really see it. You don't see this
Well,
relationship.
it kind of makes sense because both of them, because like when everybody was talking to their families, like both of them didn't, and Matt Damon's character established early in the movie that one chick is lonely as hell. And the other guy doesn't really talk, and he doesn't really talk to anybody.
Yeah,
so I was like,
and they ended up having. So anyway, they ended up having a baby towards the end, which was really funny. It shocked him. He was like, they banged that quick.
I was like, wait a minute.
Really funny.
I was like, how long has he been?
I guess it must have been like a couple of years.
It had to have been. Cause I'm just like, damn, he knocked her up quick, didn't he?
Yeah, it was really funny, and well, I mean, like he was getting gray hair. But wait a minute, no, but still.
Whoa, that had to have been a while then.
But they were still young. They were still sort of young.
That girl plays on Kate Mora, who happened to play Mrs. Invisible Woman.
Invisible Woman. I can't take her.
It's funny. 2 Marvel people were in this movie.
Yeah, it's
the guy who she got with Bucky,
Bucky,
soldier.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Bucky, and
I knew he was
played
Bucky
Invisible
too.
Woman. I was like, that's kind of ironic. 2 Marvel guys, 2 people who play Marvel characters.
It's really funny. Like I can't take that woman seriously because I've seen her naked so many times. So it's like, oh shit. Anyway.
I mean, I have a hard time looking at Jennifer Lawrence, but I get through it.
Yeah, we get through it. But anyway, oh yeah, 6 minutes. There's really not much more to spoil, but there is one thing I guess we could spoil is the China thing because we did bring it up, but we really didn't explain what the thing was. So anyway, they had a catastrophic failure. While it was launching, it exploded in midair.
That was a
they
supply
literally had
thing.
no hope. Yeah, that was just a
They were gonna send supplies out. Yeah, because they weren't gonna rescue them. They were gonna just send supplies out and have
keep
them
alive until the next mission.
Yeah, until the next mission.
Until they came up with the idea of slingshotting the Hermes, the actual vessel that they were in. Somehow had artificial gravity, which was weird. But anyway, the original plan was to send supplies to them to keep them alive until Ares 4, which could get them off the planet. That was the original plan until one of the thrusters exploded in mid-flight. Then they had nothing left.
Because they wanted to skip the inspection.
Yeah, because they wanted to skip the inspection and just to save time. And then China comes up and says, "Yeah, we have thrusters all ready to go for you." And then they use China's thrusters, and it's like NASA and the Chinese Space Center. They collaborate with each other just to save this one astronaut, which I thought was kind of cool. But it didn't. It was kind of weird because all hope is lost, and then China comes.
China!
And then, no, it's really funny. No. Me, him, and Mark. Oh, we forgot to bring up Mark in this. Mark was with us. Mark Phelps.
He's not here.
He farted in my car. He's not here.
I know, goddamn farter.
Anyway,
that's your new name now, Mark, the farter.
The farter.
If you see this video, farter.
Yeah. Anyway, it was really weird because like me and Sean and Mark felt all hope was lost, right? That's what we were feeling at first, and then all of a sudden, without missing a beat, all of a sudden you see China. It was just like
China to the rescue!
It's like, and that's really weird. This is just as the three of us were feeling like, oh shit, damn, what the hell's gonna happen now? Then all of a sudden China comes in, and it's just like, oh okay, well shit.
China to the rescue.
China to the rescue. There's really not much more. And then he used the rover. He basically like hotwired the rover with the solar panels. And shit. It was really weird how he the one thing.
And he let it charge for like 13 hours, and you lay underneath it.
Yeah, and
you get back
sleep.
in it.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like, how much oxygen does that freaking suit have? That's weird because.
I mean, I guess if he's one guy too. And you gotta imagine,
the oxygen
there was other suits because it was oxygen supposed to keep all of them alive.
Yeah, and then now it's just one person, so it makes sense that he would last that long with all that oxygen because he was just one guy.
And if you kept your heavy, breathe,
Yeah, breathe steady. Then
so then
he rationed his own air. That was the one thing. He rationed his rations.
His rations were rationed.
Yeah, and he used. It was really funny.
It was like half a potato.
He crushed up. Yeah, he crushed up a Vicodin pill and used it as a dip for potato because he ran out of ketchup.
He was like, this has no flavor to it whatsoever.
Yeah, and then it was like he crushed Vicodin up. It was just like, oh god, it was really funny. And then he had all this food there, but it obviously wouldn't last for that long. He had to ration, and that's why he grew potatoes, was because he needed food. So
he had a whole new crop of potatoes. I do wonder how different the plan would have been if that vacuum didn't happen and he would have got those potatoes. Because he had like a whole new crop of potatoes about to pop up.
And all of a sudden, when the hatch ripped open, it was like, well, they're all dead now. So, yeah, that's when he goes crazy. Well, he doesn't go crazy. He kind of he gets he gets pissed. He starts to yell, and then after that, it's fine. I mean, and then he tries to find a way to survive again by rationing his own rations. So basically, he's starving to death. And when you see him, from the start, when you first see his body, it's like Matt Damon muscular and all that stuff. And then when you see him,
He's skinny.
And it was just like,
and he has those like when you getting skinny like that, you get those kind of bruises.
I mean, like, you get bruised and cut really easily, and so it was like, so he had to suffer for over a year with all that pain and all that shit, and I kind of feel bad for him. But he eventually got home, and he got home safe and sound, and
got all his muscle mass back.
That was really funny. He got all his muscle mass back. I don't know how, but anyway, that's really it.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. So, and look, 10 minutes. We did go over 5 minutes. So anyway. Thank you guys for joining us on
Comic Game Review Show.
And I wanted to say one thing. Mark, you fart in my car again. I'm not taking you to see another movie. You can walk to the theater. I'll meet you there, but I won't drive you. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. What do you have to say about that?
Run, Mark.